Welcome to Athens, a city steeped in history, not just of empires and mythology, but of footballing warfare. In the Greek capital, three titans dominate the landscape. Olympiakos, the red powerhouse of the Piraeus, with a record-breaking trophy cabinet. Panathinaikos, the pride of Central Athens and Greece's first European Cup finalists. And AEK Athens, the club born from refugees fueled by passion and resilience. This isn't just a football rivalry, it's political, cultural and fiercely personal. The Athens derby isn't just one game, it's a city at war with itself. In this Football Manager rebuild, I'm diving into all three clubs, three rebuilds, one city and countless battles. Let's see who can rise and conquer Athens once and for all. G'day everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new rebuild series, a five-parter involving the three main clubs in Athens. Now, I'm going to give this a little bit of a rundown of how this is going to work very quickly. So, I've picked three clubs, AEK Athens, Olympiakos and Panathinaikos, and they are going head to head as I rebuild season upon season against each other, but with one stipulation. The stipulation being that they all have to run the same tactic to see how they can do. Now, let's go into it. So, as you can see, I'm on the AEK Athens page here, and for want of a better term, AEK Athens financially are not in the best of shape at all. They don't have any debt, but they're not exactly a financially strong club. Yes, we have about 10 million in the bank here. Wage budget is very low, and the transfer budget is pretty abysmal. Next season, I'm only due for about $1 million on this one, which isn't good at all. Now, if we have a look at the quick look at the transfers, it's very messy here, but I have actually made only one signing myself, and if I do this in date order, yep, right at the top, there he is, the Bulldog himself, Diego Costa. The former Chelsea, Atletico Madrid striker has joined the club on a freebie, and I think I'm probably only going to get about a year out of him, but I wanted to try and get a very experienced frontman in to try and just give us a bit of a chance, because let's face it, if you have a look at Athens, Olympiakos and Panathinaikos, Athens is the poor one out of all three of them, and this is the one that's going to struggle the most. So I brought in a vastly experienced striker in Diego Costa, and I think he will do a job for us this season. And obviously I did state at the start that the tactic has to be the same formation for all three clubs, and that's exactly what we're rocking, the usual Gegenpress 4-2-3-1. A couple of tactical tweaks I'll allow per team, but nothing positionally, so it is basically the flat 4-2-3-1, so to speak. And if we have a look at our pick without restriction, look at the team that I'm going to go out with, I've got Thomas Strakosha in goal, Rota, Vida, Calland, Hasjaffi, Szymanski and Johnson in the centre midfield. Mantalos, who's going to be a key player for us, the 33-year-old Greek captain, on his way out, unfortunately, being 33. That's just the way it's going to be, but I think he's going to be a key player for us. But they also do have a couple of players here that I just did not expect at all. Eric Lamela, the former Spurs player, he's at the club, physically dropping off a cliff, but still could contribute. Unfortunately, he is massively injury prone as well, so we'll probably only get him for about half a season. Then there is also this guy here, Levi Garcia, a player actually, he's out, he broke his ankle, he's out for 5 months, which is a really bad thing for us because he's one of our best players, but he's a really good winger on here. And of all things as well, and this one really caught me off guard, Anthony Martial. I did not see that one coming, but when you have a look at his work rate of 5, am I going to be using him that much? Probably not. I wouldn't have thought so. And to say overall, the squad is looking pretty well stacked. We've got a lot of players in the team, and yeah, I'm hopeful for this season. I want to see how we get on. We've got Conference League football, where we're through to the next stage. I believe we are. Yes, we did get through because we played a few games already. We had to get past Torpedo. Who are they? Kutiasa, wherever they're from, I have no idea. Botev Plovdiv, I think that is Bulgarian, and then Slavia Prague. We got past all of them, so I think we have just qualified for the Europa Conference League proper, but the fixtures just haven't come out yet. League-wise, we started off pretty well. We've beaten Aris and Kifisia 2-0 and 4-0 respectively. So I'm very, very happy with that one. But the question is, how do we get on with the other clubs? Well, I'm going to go and jump over to Olympiacos next, so come and join me and see what we did there. And here we are at Olympiacos, the second of the Athens clubs that we're rebuilding. And also, I just want to stipulate, this is the first time I've ever done a triple threat 3-way rebuild. This is a monumental task and it's taken me ages to do. But again, another one of the reasons why I'm doing this, and I have stated on previous posts and things like that, is that I'm due to go on holiday to Greece. And I thought, you know what, this would be a little bit of fun. And in my socials, I'm going to try and put up a couple of community posts whilst I'm there, actually being at the stadium so I can visit them so you guys can see what they're like as well. That's the plan anyway, hopefully, if I can get it done. But anyway, I'm waffling on. Let's go and have a look at the financial side of things. So Olympiacos, obviously they are owned by Nottingham Forest owner, Marinakis. They don't have any debt besides a bit of transfer there. Their overall balance isn't too good. But bearing in mind, they did just win the Conference League last season, so that's probably given them a bit of a boost. Again, transfer budget-wise, it's not good. It is not good at all. Greek football is struggling massively. And that's quite obvious in the transfers side of things as well. One transfer that has already been completed, but it wasn't done by myself, is Andre Horta. He is on loan with us this season, but the deal is being made permanent for next season. So he is coming in. Actually, a really, really good player coming in from Braga. I'm quite happy with that one. But also transfers by myself, none. I didn't bring any in. I didn't see any players out there that I could bring in and improve. As you can see, there's a rather large list on here already. And also, I forgot to say at the start, this is still the January transfer window of this year, up-to-date database. I'm hoping my next round of videos will be with a fully up-to-date this month transfer database once it's all done and dusted. That's what I'm hoping. So let's go and have a quick look at the squad. As we can see, we have a couple of really good standout players actually. Lorenzo Pirola is one of my favourite left-footed centre-backs on the game, and he's just consistent all the way through. I've played with him a couple of times on different teams, and he has been absolutely excellent. The fact that he's a perfectionist personality, and he's only 22, I'm hoping to keep him for the entire rebuild. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Other players that stand out as well will be Christos Mouzakis. Mouzakis. Oh, I'm sorry if there's any Greek watchers. I really struggle with some of the Greek names, so I apologise. Try and correct me in the comments if you can. 5-star potential ability. This kid has got a lot going for him. And he's on a pretty low contract, so let's see what we can make of him. He could end up being a pretty big star. And a couple of other names that do stand out. Yusuf Yazici, Turkish central midfielder. Very, very good player. Dribbling, first touch, penalty taking, technique. Very good on the mentals. Great leadership and flair. This guy, I think, is going to be the game changer, and it's only his first season as well, so hopefully we'll keep him for the 5 years as well. And Roman Yaremchuk, Ukrainian striker, is a name that's been banded around Europe quite a few times. Quite happy to have him in the side. He's a new player into the side as well, so hopefully, as I say, in this sort of tactic, this is what we are looking at. As I say, we've got wingers on this one, but at Athens we've got inverted wingers. Like I say, player roles can change, but the overall formation can't. So if I'm picking without restriction, the team to start off with is Zalakis, Rodney, Retsos, Pirola, Onyemachi, Oliveira, Danny Garcia, Yazici, Palmer, Martins, and Yaremchuk in that starting lineup. And competitions-wise, well, we started off okay. And I believe we are going straight in. So if we have a quick look at the competitions, I think we're going straight, yeah, we're entering the group stage of the Europa League. So because they won the Conference League on the previous season, straight into the group stage of the Europa League. So that extra little bit of money will help as well. That will come in handy. But we started off the league already. Panathinaikos, we beat them 2-1. And then Atramitos, we beat them 4-0. God, some of these names are going to be a challenge for me. But still, we've had a good start to the season. Second in the league. So what more can you ask for? Now, I'm going to go and zip over to Panathinaikos, and I'll show you what's been going on there as well. I'll see you guys in a second. This is a whistle-stop tour going around all the different teams. So here we are with Panathinaikos this time, and this has obviously been the final one, and again, it is the same situation. And obviously, one of the targets I'm looking for, not only to increase the reputation of the Greek clubs, but also to change them financially a little bit if I can. Very, very difficult in Greece because the money isn't the best, so we have to rely on European qualification and mainly improving through that way. Trying to get Champions League football year in, year out from probably season 3 onwards will be critical. Because as you can see, we don't have much of a transfer budget left. We don't have much of a balance on here either. And transfers wise, there's no ins or outs. I didn't bring any players in. All these players were done previously. Sales in, I mean, they spent nearly 40 million on bringing players in, so that's quite a substantial amount of money that they brought in. And we do have a massively stacked out squad, and this is something that I'm going to be looking at probably at the end of the season to try and shift a load of these out, especially some of the older players and the bit part players like Yeremiev, never heard of him. Andres Spora, I've heard of him. The key player for Panathinaikos is Fotis Ioannidis, and he is a very, very, very good striker on this game, so I'm expecting a lot of goals and a lot of output from him. They do have former Manchester United winger Facundo Palestri in the side, and he could be a game changer for us in this league. I think he's very, very suited to this league. There's a player called Tete there. Zeka, Tony Vilhena, I've heard of. Philip Max is a German left back. I've heard of him before. So there's a few players in this side that I think, and Dragowski, the goalkeeper, I think are going to help. And I think are going to produce quite a lot of the goods for us this season. But like I say, there is still definitely some players that I need to get rid of out of this squad. Tactically, like I say, 4-2-3-1, actually sticking with the wingers on this one. But if we have a look at the team that's going to start out for us, Dragowski in goal, Kotsiras at right back, Ingerson and Magnusson. So we have a bit of a Scandinavian theme going on with the centre-backs. Philip Max at left back, William Araujo and Maximovic for the central midfielders, Palestri and Mancini as my wingers, Bakasetas. What a talented player this guy is. Long shots 18, penalty taken 17, technique 16. As an attacking midfielder, this guy is amazing. Very aggressive, very brave, very determined, but also has good leadership and decent flair as well with the physical. So hopefully I'll get a couple of decent seasons out of him as well. And then obviously Ioannidis up front as our main striker. But yeah, financially it's not bad. We are in the Europa League with Panathinaikos as well. So that's 2 Greek teams in the Europa League and 1 Greek team in the Conference League. That's not a bad start for the 3 teams. Whew. Right, so 3-way rebuild has started. Athens, Olympiakos, Panathinaikos are all together in this. But how will each team do in their retrospective rebuild? Let me go and run the highlight reel and see how they get on this season. I'll see you guys in a few seconds. AEK were definitely the bridesmaids of this season. In the Greek Cup, it was a quarter-final exit to our Green City rivals Panathinaikos on penalties. We were also in the Conference League, but were utterly abysmal there too. After qualifying, we went into the group stage, but were battered in virtually every single game, and most embarrassingly, 5-0 by Shamrock Rovers. But the league was utterly heartbreaking. 2-0 win versus Panathinaikos, a 4-0 versus Kifisia, and some great form between January and February made us look we were going to win the league. But we threw it away after March, and despite a 3-0 win against PAOK on the last day of the season, we lost the title on our head-to-head record. Gutted. Over in the red third of Athens, we were cooking a bit. In the cup, we cruised past Kavala and Tripolis. We won our first leg 2-1 in the semis, but then sadly threw it away in the second leg to lose 3-2 on aggregate. After winning the Conference League last season, we went a step further into the Europa League, winning 3 of 6 in the group stage with an amazing 4-2 win over Roma to qualify for the knockouts. Next up, it was Club Bruges, and we cruised past them 5-1 to be drawn against Lask. In what I thought should have been an easy tie, we were inexplicably knocked out 3-2 on aggregate. Our salvation and hope was the league, and frankly, that was quite easy. Beating Gianni 3-0, AEK 5-1, and PAOK 3-1 as we romped home to win our 48th league title. But ultimately, Season 1 belongs to the green third of Athens. In Europe, they were pitiful, being knocked out of the Europa League in the group stage, and then after the demotion into the Conference League, we got battered 6-1 on aggregate by Real Betis. Domestically though, we were awesome. In the Cup, early wins against Aris and Kalamata led to a semi-final win versus Olympiacos, and then a dominant 2-0 win versus our other city rivals, AEK, to win the Greek Cup. And in the league, we went unbeaten for 4 months with amazing wins against OFI 3-1, 6-1 against Panathinaikos, and 2-1 versus Olympiacos, which led us to cruise into the league title and winning it by 9 points and securing a domestic double. Well, it only seemed fitting that I start with AEK Athens since I started the actual episode with this, and what utter heartbreak.
Game over, man. It's game over.
This season, we lost the league. Even though we equaled points, we lost the league, I believe, on head-to-head. I need to check the rules on this, how it's decided. League sorting rules, results between teams. So yeah, it is head-to-head, and then it goes to goal difference, and then goals scored. Oh, dear me. So head-to-head wise, yeah, we lost both games to Panathinaikos. Oh, that is gutting. And then to top it all off, we didn't even make it out the group stage in the Conference League, that's pretty poor, to say the least. And we got knocked out by Panathinaikos in the quarterfinal of the Greek Cup as well. Not happy with that at all. And more importantly, look at the finances. The finances have gone absolutely downhill. We're already in the red after season 1. I've got a £1.3 million transfer budget. I don't have that much of a wage budget left. Oof. Squad wise, we're looking at this. Diego Costa actually did a good job for us this season, but he is retiring, as I kind of expected. 16 goals and 5 assists. 14 and 7 from Pineda. Petros Mantalos. 14 and 16, which is a great output for a 33-year-old. 12 and 2 from Levi Garcia, even though he only started 12 and came off the bench 15 times because of that injury at the start of the season. That's an excellent output, to be fair. Eric Lamela actually managed to stay fit for the vast majority of the season. 12 goals, 14 assists. I'm very happy with that. Get us a good average ratings and got some really good players in the side, but yeah, that is so disappointing. If we have a look at the group stages and look at all groups and find out where we were, there we go. We lost out to Shamrock Rovers. We drew 3 to a team from... Where are these guys even from? Excuse me a second. Armenia. No offense to the Armenians, but that is not somebody we should be losing to. And we certainly shouldn't be drawing or losing to Shamrock Rovers either. There's going to have to be some major adjustments for Athens come Season 2. But maybe we had better luck at Olympiacos. Let's go and find out. Well, it certainly seems that we've had some better luck with can't get my words out. Olympiacos. Because we won the league, and we won it pretty much at a canter. Absolutely dominating the league, only losing 5 games overall. 89 points, 2 draws, 29 wins. I don't think anybody is coming close. I mean, Panathinaikos dropped off massively this season. It was AEK that were close to challenging us, but they did get their revenge on us by knocking us out in the semi-finals of the Greek Cup, so no silverware on that one, no domestic double. But in the Europa League, we did okay. I think getting through the group stage, obviously on the old-style group stage, we came through the second. We actually knocked Roma out, which is pretty impressive in itself, and going through with Lille, and then going through to, I think, the playoff round, beating Bruges 5-1. That's pretty tasty, to say the least. Then round of 16... we got knocked out by Lask. Now that is a little bit annoying because if we go to the quarterfinals, who were Lask playing? They were playing PSV. If we got past them, I would have fancied my chances against PSV as well. Getting into the semi-finals, I even would have fancied my chances against Bilbao. I don't see why we wouldn't have been able to get to the final on any other day. But yeah, losing to Lask is a little bit disappointing, to say the least. But with that sort of European run, how's that affected our finances? Not too bad. Obviously, we'll have Champions League football for next season because we won the title. We've got 7 million in the transfer budget, nearly 9 million in the bank balance. Wage budget's a little bit better, so that's not too bad at all. Obviously, tactically wise, I'll show you, I've not changed it at all. Squad wise, though, Yaremchuk with 22-2, very good season. Yazici, 19-10. This guy is phenomenal. Christoph Veld, who is not somebody I alluded to at the start, but average looking striker, Norwegian, not too bad. 12 goals in 18 starts with 5 assists is pretty decent. Luis Palmer, 9-10, but I'm not going to keep him on. Gelson Martins, 9-13, very good output. He's unhappy, wants a new deal. He may get it. Andre Horta is the other player who's coming in, 6-8. Sorry, not 6-8. 8-3 in 27 starts. That's pretty decent. Lorenzo Parola, still getting better, and he's a great centre-back. Really is a great centre-back in this game. So overall, I'm actually really happy with Olympiacos' first season. That's stood us in good stead. Let's say Champions League football for next season. Financially, that is going to change the club dramatically. But how do we get on with Panathinaikos? Let's go and have a look. Well, the fortunes of Panathinaikos have definitely risen because we did a League and Cup double. I mean, that's not too bad, to be fair. Out of the first season of rebuilds with the 3 clubs, that's 2 league titles and a domestic cup. As it goes, that's not too bad to start off with. Ioannidis, top goal scorer, as I expected, had a really good season. If we look at the league table, I wouldn't say we won at a canter. I think we tried to sort of self-detonate a little bit, but thankfully Athens were way off, and Olympiacos, I have no idea what happened to them because they dropped right off as well. But obviously in the other competitions, we didn't qualify in the Europa League, but because it was the old group stage style, in this season anyway, we dropped down to the Conference League, got to the round of 16 against Real Betis, and then got knocked out. So all in all, not too bad, I suppose. I would have liked to have seen us get a little bit further in the Conference League, but you still got Chelsea got beat by Besiktas. Okay. But yeah, round of 16, we got battered as well. And the quarterfinals, who else was in there? Fiorentina, Chelsea, Lens. Yeah, maybe quarterfinals would have been a little bit better, but that's probably as far as we got. But then winning the Greek Cup and winning against our city rivals as well, that's even better. So a nice 2-0 win there. Financially though, how has this affected the club? Not good. Not good in the slightest. Minus 7.5 million, not even $1 million in the transfer budget. Albeit we will be in the Champions League for next season, but oh my god. And we're actually due to fail FFP. So I need to do some wheeling and dealing at the end of this season to try and sort that out. But we do have a massive squad, as I alluded to at the start. So there is going to be a lot of trimming. Speaking of the squad as well, as we are here, 30 goals from Ioannidis, 7 assists, 21 and 11 from Bakasetas, 16 and 16 from Palestri, which is really good. 12 and 12 from Anua, but he's going to go back. Tete got 11 and 15. 7 and 10 from Maximovic. 9 and 4 from Duricic. Even Sporo chipped in, and Mancini chipped in with 8 and 8. So all in all, the main players were massively contributing this season. But when you look down here at the amount of bit part players from there, a lot of these are going to be going, because that is a substantial amount of wages and a little bit of transfer fee that will hopefully help us out, fingers crossed. Tactically, just as a quick one to show you, that is all it there. And that is it, guys. That is the end of the first episode of the 3-way rebuild, and I think that's not been too bad. If we have a look at the chart that I have come up with, so it is Athens with 0 trophies, Olympiacos with 1 league title, and Panathinaikos with a domestic double. For the first season round, that's not too bad. Guys, don't forget to leave a like on this video, leave a comment down below. I want to get the interaction going on these videos as best as I can, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you want to keep up to date with this content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ta-ra.